What's up, YouTube? It's Punisher Gaming here, and this will be my WWE Fastlane 2016 review on the road to WrestleMania. And before I get started, let me just say there were a few moments in this show that I got bored, I guess you would say. But all in all, a great show, and you lead the Rumble with this, and Mania looks to be, with what's left, an amazing show, but we will see leading into Monday Night Raw tonight. So, without any further ado, let's get started. You had the Fastlane kickoff show, which set up the night. Not a whole lot going on, but you had a 2 out of 3 falls match between Mr. Lucha Kalisto versus Alberto Del Rio for the United States Championship. And let's just say, these guys have yet to put on a bad match. If WWE books Kalisto right, sorry about that, I'm fighting a little cold. If WWE books Kalisto right, I believe he could be a new Rey Mysterio, new Daniel Bryan, mid-card, top card, probably get a world title reign, whatever. But it was a great match, and the first fall, Del Rio lost, by disqualification, by hitting Kalisto with a chair, and then just went on to brutalize Kalisto. Great heel tactic. Del Rio's a great heel. He would go on to win the second fall fairly quickly, but the third fall is where it really got really good. Del Rio got a little cocky, and Kalisto went for Selena Del Sol. Del Rio countered that, or should I say blocked that, and then Kalisto rolled him up for a 1-2-3, and Kalisto is still the United States champion. Then we went into a segment with AJ Styles in Social Media Lounge answering questions about how it feels to be in WWE, how he feels about Chris Jericho, blah 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 blah. Saw a lot of football references, saw a baseball reference, just a 45-second segment. And then we opened Fastlane with the boss, Sasha Banks, and the last kicker, Becky Lynch, versus Naomi and Tamina, the two remaining members of Team Back. And once again, these four divas put on a show. I don't know what Triple H has done or what has caused this, but ever since last summer, the divas have just tore the house down. And long story short, Becky and, or should I say, Sasha and Becky both put on the bank statement and the disarmor to win the match as a double submission, even though Sasha and Tamina were the legal women in this match. Then we move on to Owens versus Ziggler for the IC title, and these guys did not disappoint. Move after move, super kick party galore. And all in all, it was, I won't say the best match on the card, but it was pretty good. And Owens walked out retaining his Intercontinental Championship. Then we had the Titans of the WWE versus the Wyatt. And this match, to me, I totally disagree with it. I did not like it, but I don't know where they're going with it. As we saw Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, and Braun Strowman versus Kane, Big Show, and feed me more, Mr. Ryback, who is probably the boringest character on the roster. And what you expect out of a big man match? More Ryback and Kane, should I say, than Big Show. But they wound up Kane, Ryback, Big Show wound up beating. Sorry about that. Beating the Wyatt family. Like I said, I totally disagree with that. But it is what it is. And then we move on to the Divas Championship match. Charlotte versus Brie Bella. And Brie Bella comes out wearing her husband Daniel Bryan's kick pads from WrestleMania 30. And for anybody who doesn't know, WrestleMania 30 was dubbed WrestleMania by Jerry the King Lawler. And that night, Bryan beat Triple H and Batista and Randy Orton. I couldn't speak there for a second. In 2 separate matches to become WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And on that night, Connor Mahalik, who was the very first recipient of the Warrior Award last year, and unfortunately passed away of cancer a couple of days later. I would say it was like a week later or something. Was in the front row. So, and as many people know, Bryan retired 2 weeks ago on Raw. So Brie was wearing his kick pads from that night, and this whole match went from being a Divas match to being all about Daniel Bryan. We saw the yes kicks, we saw her try to lock in the yes lock, all of her husband's famous maneuvers. And all in all, another really good match. Flair tried to cheat, didn't work. Brie hurt her leg on a missile dropkick, or she calls it Brie mode. And then had a Boston Crab locked in, her leg gave away, and Charlotte locked in the figure 8 and forced Brie Bella to tap out. So she would retain the Divas title, and we will see what happens at WrestleMania. And then after that, we had the match that, personally, I always look forward to this man's matches, but AJ Styles versus Y2J Chris Jericho. And I have been watching wrestling for 15 years, 16 years, something like that. So growing up, I was always a Chris Jericho fan. Loved his promos, loved everything about him, and loved AJ as well when he was in TNA. They once again put on an amazing match. I wouldn't say spot after spot, but it was good. We saw a Walls of Jericho, a Lion Tamer on the floor, a Code Breaker off the top. Well, not really off the top of it, but a Code Breaker which AJ would kick out after kick out. Saw a Styles Clash, which surprisingly Jericho Jericho kicked that off. And then finally, after probably 15-20 minutes of a great match, AJ would pick up the win with they're calling it the calf crusher. I prefer it to be the calf killer, whatever you want to say. So now we will see where both AJ and Jericho go from here. And after that match, we see the Cutting Edge Peep Show with the New Day. Funny segment. I mean, Edge and Christian, PG era, you gotta take it for what it is. It was more of a shameless plug for their new show on the WWE Network. The Edge and Christian show that totally reeks of awesomeness. And no, I'm not saying that. That's actually what it's called. Pretty good show, I guess. But anyway, we would see them make fun of the League of Nations, and then the League of Nations coming out and make fun, telling all to get out the ring, and making fun of the New Day, making fun of Edge and Christian. Del Rio had something to say about him retiring Edge, but I mean, it is what it is, and I guess they're trying to set up a New Day versus League of Nations match. I'm not real sure where that's going, but we will see. After that, so looking at my notes here. After that, we had a filler match between Social Outcast member, by the way, they're hilarious, Curtis Axel, versus R-Truth, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, pretty much a filler match. And the Social Outcast kept getting involved, and so down comes Goldust trying to help his buddy, and he winds up costing him the match. So Curtis Axel would go on to win that match. Not a whole lot to say about it, but there you go. Now, we get to the main event. Brother versus Beast. Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar. And all in all, amazing. Loved it. Couldn't go on any better. Let's see what happened. F5 Suplex City, which is about normal. Roman and Dean powerbombed Brock Lesnar through 2 announce tables. They buried him under both of them. He still gets up. And he still comes back. He's tried to F5 Dean Ambrose again. Roman spears him. Dean gets a chair. And Dean goes straight to the Ambrose Asylum and just swings it like a madman. Laying it on Brock. Laying it on Roman. Everything you can imagine. And at the end of the day, as everybody probably predicted, after an amazing match, all 3 men looking strong, Roman Reigns walks out as your new number 1 contender for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. So your main event for WrestleMania is Roman Reigns versus the 14-time World Heavyweight Champion, the COO of the company, Triple H. And the show would go off the air as both of them are standing in the ring, staring at each other, and then staring at the WrestleMania sign. And that's your WWE Fastlane 2016 review from Punisher Gaming. We will see what happens tonight on Raw, and I will catch you guys later.